But no, it's just a madness, innit? So hopefully get sorted tomorrow, bro. Hopefully get sorted tomorrow and back to normality, you know?
Yeah, but even the basis of what you're saying, like this line and a stone at the top, like trying to get that through that
Oh,
line.
it's nice, man. It's not nice. It's not
Yeah,
nice, man.
yeah, not for anybody, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, fingers crossed, man. That y- you know what? Personally, I just think the operation's the quickest and the best way in it because it's just
Mm,
done in it. Break it down, it's done in it, man. But yeah,
yeah.
man, all the best. Anyway, people, man. We're here, man. We're here. We're normal people, you know. We go through
We're chatting
normal
about
things
life
in life.
shit, you know?
Yeah, we just sometimes we're just talking life. Do you know what I'm saying? We're not just business partners. We are brethren. So sometimes life in it. But right now, let's do Anfield South in it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And come on, people. You know the thing. Like we're almost there. Like we're literally like almost there. Like I can see the finish line. Road to 500. Come on, man. Like, share, subscribe, send it to a friend to send it to a friend. Even if they don't even support Liverpool. Tell them to subscribe, man, and
Especially if
give
they
us
don't
this.
support Liverpool, actually.
We
Bring
we
everyone. Everyone's
welcome
welcome.
we
Everyone's
welcome the
welcome.
rivalry. Yeah, man. Come on, man. We welcome it all, man. So come on, man. Keep pushing for us, people, man. We appreciate you. I'm saying, but we obviously we had two games today, one behind closed doors, and obviously one in front of the crowds. You gone a bit. You gonna what happened to the light, man? You going? You like your background's gone dark,
Listen,
bro.
I didn't charge the key in it. I didn't charge the key and then the thing just locked off. So
Right.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying, people? That's why we need the road to 500 to work because we gotta help this guy
It's over,
get some
man.
legs.
Like
You know,
the bills didn't get paid, so
you know what I'm
like
saying? So we got to help this guy. But anyway, yeah. So let's start with the behind closed doors game real quick, man. Obviously, we knew what it was going to be. We knew it was going to be more of a training session, some minutes in legs of players who came back late, i.e., McAllister's. I was a bit confused about Simicast, really, but I guess they needed a left back. Endo needed
that's it.
the
He's just a
minutes of
body, bro.
leg.
He's just a body.
Hmm. Yeah, and obviously Munoz needed some minutes as well. He got some minutes as well. Um, you can see the difference in levels when you filled practically 7 to 8 kids, shall we say. But I think they held their own in that game. It was a goalless draw. I didn't see many opportunities for Coma. I think they had one or two in the second half. We had a couple in the first half and second half, but nothing of real significance. Chiesa as well played through the middle. I feel for that
Yeah.
guy, man, because I quite like him as a utility player, but I just feel like he just gets. I don't want to say disrespected because that's a strong word, but he just gets right. We need you go here, you go there. He just gets moved wherever is necessary. Do you know what I mean? And I'm sure he himself would like to be in and around the first team. He must be feeling like, am I even going to get a chance this season?
He's probably feeling that, but I think he's the ultimate club nice guy, innit? He's just yes boss, no boss, yes boss. And do you know what I mean? Everyone obviously loves him, he's a good character and he'll just do the job. And, you know, I think he's probably been drawn into a full sense of security thinking, okay, we've got a new manager, I've got a new chance, you know, it's a fresh start. It's not, brother. It's the same thing. You're the backup of the backup. And, you know, just enjoy this season, innit? Because we need the numbers so he won't get
Mm.
sold. But yeah, I understand your sympathy for him, you know, because he seems like he's busting his neck, he's trying his hardest, but realistically, yeah, you're not starting many games this season. So
Do you think he's got the legs to survive in an Iriola team?
from the bench, yeah, from the bench, little splurts of energy, yeah, he's got it because he's a natural runner anyway. If he can stay fit and he looks fit now, he will be covering those spaces and to be pressing like a maniac. Last
Mm.
10 to 15 minutes of games, I think he'll be useful. It's just that, you know, for him as a professional, it's a bit shit, innit? Like
Yeah.
you're a senior professional when you're not really getting what you deserve at this level. So, you know, for now it'll be fine. But there's not gonna be
But
much
we're
after this
we're
season.
gonna need we're gonna need players like that. We're gonna need squad players, utility guys. You know what I mean, we're gonna need those that backup as well. So yeah, hopefully he's happy. He's happy to stay. He had the chance to leave. He said he wanted to stay, so clearly he's
Yeah,
happy.
yeah, yeah.
So on to the second game, which was obviously under the
Do you know what?
lights.
Before you go on to the second game, bro, we need to talk about Munoz from the first game. Um, I know it was a training game. I know it's a training game, and I know there was no atmosphere, there was no one there. But that guy, literally watching him, I was like, bro, what's gonna happen next? He was an instinctive, old school, pacey, direct winger, and I'm
He's
like,
exciting.
bro,
He
look
he
at all these
excites you.
guys.
Yeah, he excites you when
Yeah,
he
we're around
plays.
these
Yeah.
guys nowadays, and I was like, he's going to be a weapon. He is going to be an
Mm.
absolute weapon. And I'm not trying to jump the gun because it was only off probably that performance and then when he came on sub the last game as well. There's just something natural about him in terms of how he attacks the football and how he attacks space.
Mm.
And he may not be great off both wings, but I think off the bench, he's going to be really, really good as a weapon. And I was saying to my son, I can't wait for the game when him and Rio are starting. Wherever it is, yeah, whatever competition it is, to see flyers like that will be so good to watch.
Yeah, do you know what? I was actually going to speak on Munoz, like when I spoke about the second game, but seeing as you touched on it, do you know what I'm a little bit scared of? Like, will other players be able to keep up with him? Do you see what I mean? Because there was an
Yeah,
attack in the second half where he got the ball and he went down the right flank. He ran down the right flank, but when he sort of got, it wasn't quite to the byline, but obviously when he got in that bit of the final third where he
yeah.
could have crossed the ball, there was nobody up with him. Okay, admittedly, it was towards the end of the second half of the second game, and obviously, legs were probably tiring, but will anybody be able to keep up with him? So maybe what you're saying there, having him and Rio either side, because Rio will be able to, will be a good thing. But you know what?
Mm,
See, now you're making me touch on things like Isak. I wanted to speak about Isak. We've waxed lyrical about Isak in preseason about how sharp he looks, um, and all those kind of things. His pressing from the front is great. He nicked the ball a couple of times today, but the most
mm,
notable thing for me is he doesn't he rarely tracks back like he was under Arne Slot. So I think his best work is being done in the final third where it should be. And for
yeah,
me, it looks like he's playing more on the shoulder, sometimes slightly to the left in the channel where
yeah,
Gakpo's vacated it, like when they transition from a defensive to an attacking position. But I don't mind that. You're up on the last line of the defense where you can be effective. So if he stays in that position, then maybe Munoz being so quick and getting the ball back to front so quickly won't be a problem because there will be a target man in the box. Just
yeah,
my thinking on the situation. But as well, like I was saying, Isak, for me, he looks ready. He could have
yeah,
started the season last week and he would have been
yeah,
well up for it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm impressed. And I just
100%.
pray and hope that he stays fit because if this is the East that's going to turn up next week against Newcastle, yeah, we've got one, innit? We've got one.
Bro, do you know the problem I have with Isak? Yeah. Every time there's any sort of physical contact, I'm like, oh
Yeah,
shit, no, no,
yeah, because he
no,
banged his knee today, didn't he? He banged his
banged
knee,
his
and you were like,
knee, banged his knee. I'm there looking at him thinking, shit, is he gonna run? Is he gonna walk? Is he gonna limp? Like, what's happening? Like, and I can't live this season on tender hooks because
mm,
he's gonna be fragile. But I agree with what you're saying in that the preseason, it looks like it's done him good. He looks like he's fresh. He looks like he's ready. His touch has been good in every game he's played. Got a great opportunity today at the post. He looks like the Newcastle Isak. And
mm,
that's what we've
exactly
been
that.
begging for since he signed. So roll on next week, man. I mean, apart from how he handles the atmosphere and the sort of the toxic nature and the booing and the hostile atmosphere, I think he's gonna be our clearest chance of a goal from the off because he just looks like he's gonna be a scorer.
Mm.
So roll on next
And
week, man.
do you know what else I was impressed with? I was impressed with the relationship I can see starting to form between him and Florian. Florian is looking for him a lot of times and
Mm,
looking for his movement, and I think they're gonna build like a great connection. And I think once that connection actually links, yeah, it's problems for Premier League teams
mm,
and even European teams because we know what Flo's capable of. And speaking about Flo, I know you said in the GC,
mm,
I know
mm.
you said in the GC you weren't happy
You
with Flo.
provided my segue, right? I'm coming, coming for
Yeah,
him. Anyway, God.
the door. Look, that's me opening the door. Off you go.
All right, let me just walk in, right? Everything today gave me positivity, gave me enthusiasm, gave me hope for what we're going to produce this season. The one disappointment I had was Florian Wirtz. Yeah. I think he made two good decisions in the whole game. Everything else, when I'm expecting him as an intelligent number 10 to play the right pass, to let go of the ball at the right time, every single decision, apart from those two, which I'm going to speak about in a moment, were wrong. And I'm like, is he overthinking it? Is he not playing naturally? Is he trying too hard? I don't know. I mean, I can just about handle him getting brushed off the ball because he's featherweight, and we're just gonna have to get used to that until we get some protection in there for him. But I was just so just like, oh. And I felt like that a lot about Fro last season. I'm like, please don't start the season like this, where you're making the wrong passes. We're 4-on-3, yeah? And you're picking the wrong pass when there's a pass open. You're holding on
Mm.
to it for too long. I'm like, you're the guy as the 10 who's supposed to make the right split second decision. And I just didn't see that from him today. And yes, we won the game. And yes, he's done okay. But he just, again, left me underwhelmed.
Mm.
And I hope that he just got that out of his system today. And next week, we see the real guy.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I'm going to be cussing. And I don't want to because I like him, man. I really do.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say much more to that. I kind of agree with you. The only positive I would take is that he was receiving the ball in the kind of positions you want him to receive the ball in
Mm,
between the lines, in between the defenders and behind the midfielders. So he's getting in the right positions. Some of his touches to get away from the recovering midfielder or whatever were great. Like I saw a couple of times he
mm,
skipped over a few challenges, over a few defenders, and that was great. But like you said, it was the end product. Yes. Could he be a bit rusty, slightly still a bit rusty after World Cup?
mm.
Possibly, possibly. Yeah, I mean, we're not privy to the science and the levels, and the minutes in his legs, blah, blah, blah. I'm not making excuses. I'm just putting some reasons, maybe possibly out there. But like you said, come next week, I expect to see the level up a little bit, and I expect to see obviously better because we're kind of playing with one man up front in those transitions. So when the ball does break, and I absolutely love the pace of our counter attacks at the minute. Um, we need him to make the right decisions because that decision could mean the difference between 3 points, 1 point and no point, obviously. Do you see what I mean?
Yep.
So, he slips the right player in the right pass at the right time. That's the winning goal, maybe. So, yeah, let's hope there's more to come from Florian. But I think on a whole, the team today looked very sharp. And I know there's some people out there that'll be like, it's just preseason. But when it's the last preseason game before the start of the season, you have
Yep.
to read more into it because you expect to see a higher intensity than the first game of preseason or even the second game of preseason.
Yep. Yep, 100%. This last preseason game was a friendly in name, but that's it. Like, this is where you're fighting for your starting place for next week. This is where your patterns of play, your shape, your intensity needs to be as close as possible to where it's going to be just minus 1 week of full training. And so to see that I wouldn't say maintained it for 90 minutes, but we had it for a good 45, 55 minutes, and then were able to kind of manage the game to keep a clean sheet and not look like we were going to collapse.
Mm.
I feel like it was actually a really important game. Um, in the same way that, if we lose 4-0, people are not going to be saying it's just a friendly.
Yeah,
This is the
exactly.
week before the game. This
Yeah,
is the
yeah,
week
you're
for now.
worried.
So
Mm.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, I was impressed with the performance. To sort of leave your best performance of the preseason in the game before you start the league is for me the only thing you can do, and that's the best place to be in because winning 5, 6, 7-0 in the first three games and then losing this one would be more worrying for me because
Mm.
we start next week. So yeah, man, I think Iriola got it right today in terms of I think probably tempering the attacking enthusiasm for the second half to moments rather than gung ho. Because I seem like we've been gung ho for the 45s and then completely just drained and dropped off. So if he's made that change, and I think he has, then he got it right today, man.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. That's what I was going to say. The balance needs to be right because obviously, first half of games, you're going to have the most energy, but then the second half of games, you might drop off, especially like we said, the last game of preseason.
Mm,
I think Kirk has even said himself, who didn't go to the World Cup and has probably had more preseason than most in terms of first team players, said he started to feel it in his legs like 65, 70 minutes. So it was nice to see the element where we could control the game, obviously, after being 2-0 up. And I hope that's a theme that continues. So
mm.
it's crazy because we talk about that high intensity football that Areola plays. In the same breath, was excited to see it. I still want to see a little bit of the Arne Slot control. like you said. You know what I mean? Just no in it. No, in terms
Right.
of hey, don't shoot me now. Let me land. Just in terms of okay, we're gonna go. Okay, we've been gung ho for 15 minutes. Let's keep the ball,
Mm,
control the game, gather ourselves so that we can last the 90 minutes. Because what you got to remember, Sam, is there's a possibility that this is us now, yeah, in terms of players, and we need to wait, just chill. So let's just take it as that for now. Yeah, these players need to maintain the level for the whole season. So
yeah.
we can't play like that for 90 minutes. So we need a bit of that control until we get the backup in, until everybody's levels are the same. Then maybe we can look to play higher intensity for longer periods of time. But yes, for
Mm.
me, the signs of the team were good today, man. Um,
Before
I have
before you
to,
go
you
on,
know, go on.
to talk about the next point, I just wanted to quiz you about the fullbacks. In that in the first half they were both going continuously, they were both going. And in the second half, it was almost a bit intermittent and it was one was going, one was dropping a little bit deeper. Um, do you feel like away from home, we can have them as a pairing in the big games?
I yes. And I'm going to say yes. And the only reason I'm going to say yes is because both of them are athletes and their recovery pace
Mm,
is what gets them out of trouble. And for me, Frimpong uses that. Frimpong, Kirkez is defensively better than Frimpong, but Frimpong uses his recovery pace so well. There were
yeah,
times in the first half where people went past him, but he got his recovery play. He ran back, he got back in position, and he made a tackle. There was a tackle he made in the first half where the dude went to cross it in, and he obviously burst past him, but he got back. So I think
yeah,
in the big games they can, and I think for me, attack is the best form of defense. So you got your if your fullbacks are going forward, the other team have got to think now. We can't leave whoever up front because there's an overload on whichever side, the left
mm,
and the right. I think they both can play, and again, that's where your midfield comes into play. Okay, if the ball breaks down and it goes on the right, that's where you expect to see Soboslai or Gravenberch. You see what I mean? Which
mm,
for me reminds me how good Wijnaldum and Henderson were, and even Milner to a degree at covering that ground when the fullbacks are gone in Robertson and Trent. And I think that's what needs to happen. So
mm.
yeah, to answer your question in layman's,
Okay.
yeah, definitely. Um, I forgot what I was going to say. That's it. There's been many times last season, yeah, where we were quick to sort of not quick to, but we put the boot in a little bit on Mr. Gakpo. But today, for me, the Gakpo I saw today, I was like, where has this guy been? Where,
Mm.
I don't know if it was the lack of a trim, the rugged look that he was going for, but this guy, his decision making today was just spot on. I don't
Yeah,
think he made a wrong decision.
yeah. I was really impressed. Like, I take it back, yeah, because it's a new season and everyone got a clean slate. But that Gakpo, that's the one who's useful. That's the one
Mm,
who can fight for a starting place and actually earn it and deserve it. That's the guy that is going to get numbers, yeah, and be a threat down the outside and cut inside. I was, and helps defensively as well, which I think is
mm.
really important because we're not a massive side. So yeah, man, take my hat off to Gakpo. Brilliant performance. Yeah, is this threat of his place, this impending move to Spurs, whatever it is, yeah, let's make it carry on, yeah, from next week and the week after and the week after, because that was a guy who is a weapon and is a serious threat. And yeah, man, great performance.
Do,
I
do you
respect it.
think in the short time he's had with AI that the manager's influences obviously changed the way Gakpo plays?
No,
No, you don't.
no, I don't. I
Banner aside, what do you put the change in his performance today down to? What would you attribute that to?
I don't know. He normally plays like he plays today. It's just his decision making was spot on. That's all. He still cut back inside, but you know, sometimes he laid it off as opposed to going for the shot. That was a slight difference. He's always been able to finish like that. He's always been able to provide assists. It just seems like his decision making was just correct. And the only time I will say the manager's had an impact is if I see him playing on the right and do that as well.
Mm.
That's what if I can see that, then I'll be like, rah, this guy's actually going to be a world beater because he can do it on both sides. Because he's very one dimensional on that side. And when it works, it's amazing. When it doesn't, we all know what it turns out to be, 65 block shots a game. And we ain't trying to go back to that life. So, yeah, don't get me wrong, there's improvements to be made and maybe that will happen. But for now, I'll take this version of Gakpo any day. Any day.
100%, 100%. Big up Cody, man. And we can't talk about players doing well without talking about Jeremy Jackay's oh jeez, what's the words literally gone out of my debut? There you go. Jesus, the word literally left
Rah,
me.
brother, is it that
Yeah.
late?
No, it just left me. Sometimes words just evaporate, bro. Yeah, Jeremy Jackay's debut. I mean, yeah, I'm impressed. I am seriously impressed. This guy, he looks like he's been with us for like a season or like it was
Mm,
just effortless
mhm,
today for him. Like his ability to sniff out danger, the strength of the guy. Do you know what I'm saying? On the ball, like it's just,
mm,
oh man. I'm, I obviously we were obviously talking last pod and we were talking about our options in defense. If we can manage this guy back to full fitness, him, Van Dijk, Arojo in the background, Leone to come back. Yeah, we're okay in centre back, man. We're okay.
mm. Absolutely worth the wait. That's all I'll say. We've been begging to see this guy on the pitch, and boy, did he produce, man! Like you're not really going to get a better debut than that, are you?
To score on your
I think
debut as well as a centre back, that's no mean
that's
feat. You know
mental.
what I mean?
That's mental. Do you know what kind of really hit it for me? It was 35 minutes, and he miscontrolled the ball. The crowd was like, oh! The crowd was in shock because he was so perfect up until that
Yeah.
point. It was like, raw, he's human.
Yeah.
It was a phenomenal performance. The man's got a song already. Yeah. The last time that happened, we was in the COP, yeah, for the first game of last season, and
XTK.
Ekatike's song dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy, I don't care if anyone's watching and saying, oh, it's just a friendly, it's just a friendly. Nah. You can see the guy's a player. You can see he's a player. Yeah. As you
Yeah.
said, manage his fitness. Yeah. And yeah. Yeah. Worth the wait, man. Worth the wait.
Yeah, definitely got a good one there, man. Because I mean, obviously, I watch a little bit of European football, not enough to say I know enough about these players. So when he came in, I was a bit like, hmm. I even said it on the pod. I was like, if these players don't hit the ground running, what's gonna happen? Bro looks comfy. Bro looks comfy. I'm excited to see him play a few more games, man, under us, man. So yeah, man, that was a pleasure to see, man. Now to the other centre back. Araujo.
You know
Okay.
practicing that, innit?
Yeah, Araujo. Yeah. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
with the accent as
I'm
well. Yeah. All
saying.
right. All right.
Yeah. Come on. Um, yeah, I was skeptical, but he's aggressive. Do you know what I'm saying? He's
Mm,
quick in the challenge. You know what I'm saying? He reminds me more of a no nonsense defender rather than Rolls Royce like Van Dijk. Do you see what I'm saying?
mm,
That I don't. I would. Obviously, it's only the first time seeing him play. He played home 45 minutes. Maybe he is good with his feet, but he just looks to me like a no nonsense defender. Likes to get
mm.
tight to his man, give him no space to turn. You see him following his man way into
Yeah.
midfield. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So he's aggressive.
Mm,
I don't mind that. Kind of reminds me of Gabriel, the way he plays, the aggression in what he plays with. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah. I can see that.
I'm not saying they're the same players. You know what I'm
Don't
saying?
make
I'm
them
just
Arsenal
saying.
man come for you in the pod, brother.
You
They're
get what
loud
I'm
enough as
saying?
it is.
Yeah, I know you man won the community shield. Hey, whoop-de-doo. I hope you got a happy meal with that. But I'm just saying, yeah, comparisons. You know what I mean? He reminds me. So
Mm,
I'm not too mad at Arojo that signing and him coming in. I think he can do a job. I'd be interested to see how well he does in fullback. I didn't. I saw him going to the channels a couple of times. He looked comfortable, but
mm.
a full game at right back would be interested to see him play. So it'd be nice if we had another preseason game where he could play there, so we could actually judge it. But
Yeah. Yeah.
season
Yeah.
starting, but
Really.
yeah, I'm not too mad at that. Um,
Most of him,
my own.
I was in
Hmm.
for a guy that's coming and new country, new league. I know it's only a friendly, but he looked comfortable. And he's basic, just keeps it
Mm.
simple, man.
Yeah,
And I'll
yeah,
take that. I'll take that.
yeah. My only downside to the game for me was Rio, man, was Engamoa. I felt like he was just on the periphery a little bit. I don't feel like he really got into the game. Was that the game because the game was predominantly played through the middle to the left? Probably. But my problem with it is that he's such an exciting talent. He's so capable of making things happen. I want to see him on the ball in the final third way more than I
Mm,
did today. And okay, it's just a friendly, one game. We got 38 plus however many other games to go. But just in the spirit of critiquing the game and things that didn't quite make me happy, I just wanted to see him on the ball more than what he did. And I feel like him being on the right, is that taking him out of the game a little bit? But then when you got Cody Gakpo playing like he played today, if that's going to continue, like it's a bit difficult to say Rio ahead of Cody. I don't know, man. Just my
mm.
thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair enough. The thing is, he's learning his trade on the right as well, so he's going to become a better player by playing there. I thought he was in the game in moments. He had a couple of runs, a couple of crosses. I like to see him cut in on his left and actually have a shot. He seems like he's got a good strike of the ball on his left side as
Yeah,
well.
he did have a shot
Um,
in the first half. Look, I
yeah,
think Chalabar blocked it, but it looked like it had a bit of power on it.
yeah. Yeah, you want to see him on the left because that's where he's comfortable. But I believe they're both going to get equal time on the sides, and I think we're going to see our wingers get swapped in game a lot. Because
Yeah, it's
they've
a
got a
trait
lot of
of
work to do, a lot of pressing to do.
Iriola. He likes to swap his wingers,
Yeah,
doesn't he? Yeah.
yeah. So they'll get their moments. I'm not too worried about Rio because he was enough of a threat for me on the right side for me to still be happy with him being there.
Yeah, don't get me twisted. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. Like I said, it's just like I said, he's a very exciting talent. When he gets on the ball, you just feel like something's going to happen. He's going to make something happen. He's going to commit a defender. Something's going to happen. And I just felt like I wanted to see that more today. And I just wondered if the right side stifles that a little bit for him. But,
Mm,
time will tell. But
yeah,
I
apologies.
guess overall for today, for the game, I think as the last preseason game goes, like we said already, I'm happy. I'll take that. If we could take the little bit of form from this game into next week, Sunday. Um, yeah, I think Sunday. Then yeah, I'll take it, man. I'll take it. Give the
Yeah,
Toon Army something to cry about.
yeah. As if they ain't got enough problems. We need to go over there and thump them. And we got a good record there, so I'm actually looking forward to the game.
Yeah. So people, we will be back after that first game of the season. But come on now, you know what I'm gonna say. Road to 500. Don't get complacent now, just because the league's starting and you're busy watching. No, no, no. Like, share, subscribe, share, follow the socials, all of that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we appreciate you, man. But until then, it's your Anfield South boys, man. We out, man.
Peace.